Okay. Okay, we'll call the May Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance. How about our county clerk, Kathy?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Lawrence.
Here.
Commissioner Shackleton.
Here.
Commissioner Trainer.
Here.
Chairman Martin. And Commissioner Savoy.
Here. Additions, deletions, and agenda approval.
I move acceptance of the agenda as presented.
Support. Motion made and supported to approve the agenda without any additions or deletions. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed. Approval of the board minutes of the regular April 13th, 2023 meeting, page 1. Support. Motion made and supported. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed. Correspondence received in the clerk's office, page 24. Anything, Kelly, outstanding there? Kathy? No. Okay, we'll move into public comment. Anyone wishing to speak under public
Mr.
comment?
Chair, we need to make a motion on the correspondence. I move that the correspondence be acknowledged and forwarded as appropriate.
Sorry about that. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed. Now public comment. Anyone wishing to speak under public comment? Come up and give us your name.
Oh, my name is David Dolry, resident of Chippewa County, city of Sault Ste. Marie proper, 500 Maple. Duly licensed state surveyor. And I'm here today to express my concerns about the resolution 2301 for the county surveyor's records, depository and accessibility. In particular, I've spoken with the county surveyor. I was hired originally by Bill Carr, the county surveyor. Worked inside that group. They terminated my employment there. And it was understood that the county surveyor's records were going to be held at his private residency. Now, being licensed in the state of Michigan, I don't find that unusual. But he always held 9 to 5 business hours access to those records. Every time you try to go to the county road commission, same sort of problem. So I commend you for bringing the records as the law states to the county seat. So thank you very much for complying with that. The issue is the accessibility. To that point, I'm talking with Gigi, and I'll make myself available to do any sort of scanning if we want to digitize this and, you know, make it available to the public in general. The $1,200 fee, I understand that has to be used to be recouped, but we've got, I mean, who is the current county administrator for the remonumentation program? It's not Mr. Shackleton anymore. It's Mr. Savoy. You are the current administrator of the remonumentation program.
Just so you know, we're not allowed to respond.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, well, whoever it is, I mean, there's a lot of money that's coming in through the register of deeds to that point that our records are safe and accessible. I was talking with Gigi. There's a certain, a scare tactic going around on certain networks that's saying people's titles are at risk. They're not at risk. They need to understand and educate themselves to that point. But to that point, the public, especially the practicing professional public, needs access to those records in order to serve the public that we all serve under licensure and appointment. So, I mean, I don't know if I've hit my 3-minute mark there. Other than that, lifetime member of the VFW. If anybody wants to come down, burgers are on me tonight, $9 with fries. and we can talk about things. I know you're not allowed to take gratuities, but we'll leave that, under the table. And to that point, Jessica Haas, your VA representative, she's stellar. And if there's anything we can do to recognize that, if you folks could do that, I appreciate it, because she's done a wonderful job for us there at the VFW. So thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Anyone else, public comment?
I don't have my glasses, so you have to bear with me for a minute. Okay. This year will go down in history the first time a civilized nation has full gun registry, and our streets will be safer, our police more efficient. The world will follow our lead in the future. Adolf Hitler, 1935. The most foolish mistake we could possibly make would be to allow a subjugated races to possess arms, also Hitler. Ordinary citizens don't need guns, as their having guns does not serve the state. Heinrich Himmler, the architect of the Holocaust. Here's a little gun history for you. 1929, Soviet Union had gun control. 20 million dissidents were exterminated between 29 and 53. 1911, gun control was established in Turkey. 1.5 Armenians were exterminated between 1915 and 1917. 1935, gun control was established in Germany. 13 million Jews were exterminated. 1935, gun control established in China. 20 million political dissidents exterminated between 1949 and 1952. 1964, Guatemala established gun control. 100,000 Mayans were exterminated. 1970, Uganda gun control established, and 300,000 dissidents were exterminated. 1956, Cambodia established gun control. 1 million educated people were exterminated. With guns, you're citizens. Without guns, you're subjects. The right to keep and bear arms is a right enshrined in our Constitution by men who had just fought to throw off the shackles of tyranny. Right now, Michigan is under siege by an anti-constitutional trifecta in Lansing. Years from now, your grandchildren may ask you what you did in this moment of history as you recount the freedoms you enjoyed that are no longer theirs. Will your answer be, I balanced a checkbook for the county? Or will you tell them how you used your positions as county leaders to stand with the citizens of this county and upheld your oath to defend the Constitution and preserve our freedoms and way of life for the citizens and generations to come? I implore this board to unanimously resolve Chippewa County to be a constitutional county, to resolve that you will not authorize or appropriate any funds, resources, employees, agencies, departments, contractors, buildings, detention centers, or offices for the purpose of enforcing any statute, law, rule, order, or regulation that contradicts the rights of any law-abiding citizen affirmed by the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution or Article 1, Section 6 of the Michigan Constitution, nor be used to aid or allow any state or federal agency in the unlawful infringement of such rights.
Thank you. Anyone else? Public comment?
Hi, I'm Lynn Farnquist, and I am here as a citizen, but also I work with Families Against Narcotics. And I would like to ask the commission if they would consider having input from entities that are involved with substance use disorder and the treatment of that, so that we could possibly have some input as far as where there are gaps in prevention and in treatment for those people. As you know, there are a lot of people in our county who are affected by substance use disorder. That also means that there are a lot of family members who are indirectly, well, actually, they're directly affected by it. So that's a lot of our citizens who are affected by it. And I guess our concern is that, not that we're doubting your your knowledge about the problems, but a lot of us feel like we have firsthand knowledge that might help in some of the decision making with the use of the funds that are coming to the county. And the last thing I wanted to do was tell you that we have free of charge, no cost to the county. We have these wall mount overdose emergency kits that are available through FAN. All you have to do is fill out a form online, and I'll get that to each and every one of you if you want me to do that. I did send it to the county commission site, but they're basically Narcan, and it's kind of like an AED wall mount that you would put up so that if someone is in distress or overdosing, the Narcan is there and available. If you want to have staff or anybody trained in using the Narcan, we're happy to provide that. Okay. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Beth Evo from Sioux Township, and I have a couple of questions. The first one is regarding how school millage taxes are applied to each individual location, like government properties. How is that handled? How school properties, how is that handled? Prison property, tribal properties, how is that appropriated? I don't know who to ask or where to go, and that's why I'm here. But, you know, when it comes to a school millage, is it just across the board, everybody gets the same appropriation or tax amount? And my other question was, if you've heard of the World Economic Forum, they're coming to raise our property taxes so high that the common man will not be able to afford the taxes on their home. People will end up losing home. So that's something to be aware of. It's not here right now, but it's something that's being pushed, and our governor has been working with World Economic Forum. So beware. Thank you.
Anyone else? Brian, anyone on Zoom out there?
No, no one is motioning to speak at this time.
Final call for public comment. Hearing none, I declare public comment closed. Administrators report 26. Kelly?
Just the regular reports in there. You'll have 2 next month on animal control. I didn't get theirs. We've already handled the change through the Veterans Affairs Committee, and there's nothing else new in there.
No action necessary.
No.
That moves us into new business. Standing committee report. Commissioner Shackleton graciously volunteered to read them.
You threatened me if I didn't. All right, no, actually. The Finance Claims and Accounts Committee meeting was held on May 9th. Here at the Chippewa County Building, right where we sit this moment. Chairman Savoy called the meeting to order at 4:30 p.m. and there was a quorum present. The meeting was available via Zoom. Members present were Robert Savoy, Jim Martin, Scott Shackleton, Damon Lawrence, and Jim Trainer. Others present were Karen Sankus, Calvin Carter, Ken Talsma, David Markham, DJ Welton, and Kelly Church. No one attended via Zoom. It was moved to approve the agenda, and we did that. And we offered public comment. We didn't have any. Under correspondence and informational items, we reviewed the investment report, the visa billing, travel requests, and quarterly retiree health funding vehicle delinquent tax revolving funds reports. There is no action needed on those things. Under the agenda, we had the health department present their audit presentation for fiscal year 2022. That was presented from Ken Talsma of Anderson Tackman and Company, who presented I don't want to use the word glowing, but presented a very favorable report in regards to the health department. It was moved by Commissioner Martin, supported by Commissioner Lawrence to approve the Chippewa County Health Department audit FYE 9/30/2022 as presented, and to publish and release where necessary. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I so move.
Support. Motion made and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Just to interject, do we need a motion to approve the agenda? We did not make.
You don't need
No.
one. No, because that particular motion is only regarding that meeting. So you don't, it doesn't have to be done here. The Health Department programming updates were the next agenda item. We had hospice update, home health update, home care, private duty update. The committee received and reviewed the programming and got a good report with 100% compliant from November through March, except in the area of wound care, which improved to 80% in March. This is a quarterly review provided, review by the board to provide oversight to the health department. It was moved by Commissioner Lawrence, supported by Commissioner Trainer, to acknowledge oversight and programming updates for home health care, private duty, and hospice services provided by the CCHD that they've been reviewed. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I would so move.
I support. Motion made and supported to approve the health department programming updates. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Next agenda item was the plan of organization for the health department. The committee reviewed it, and it was moved by Commissioner Shackleton, supported by Commissioner Trainer, to approve and authorize the Chippewa County Health Department's plan of organization as presented. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I so move. Support.
Motion made and supported. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Next agenda item was central dispatch, policy updates, and new policy. General Order 622, law enforcement dispatch. General Order 690, county road commission and city street department notification. General Order 695, UP 211 call center. General Order 696, 988 calls, mental health calls. The committee reviewed the policies, and it was moved by Commissioner Shackleton, supported by Commissioner Martin, to approve the policies as presented, those that I just mentioned. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I would so move. Supported.
Motion made and supported to approve the central dispatch policy updates. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Central Dispatch had another item, the rave opt-in text alerts at a cost of $2,500. The committee reviewed the request, and it was moved by Commissioner Shackleton, supported by Commissioner Trainer, to approve a one-year subscription of $2,500 for rave opt-in text alert services from Rave Mobile Safety. This will be reimbursed by the USACE. What's that?
The core.
The Corps of Engineers. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I so move.
Motion made, supported. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Next item was Central Dispatch, Net Motion Software, a one-year renewal at $7,200. Net Motion Software renewal was presented and reviewed and approved. It was moved by Commissioner Martin, supported by Commissioner Trainer, to approve and authorize the Net Motion Software one-year renewal with Absolute at the price of $7,200. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I so move. Support.
Motion made and supported. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Next item, still from Central Dispatch, is a UPS uninterruptible power supply that needs to be replaced at a cost of $2,581.31. It was moved by Commissioner Lawrence, supported by Commissioner Martin, to authorize the purchase of the replacement UPS from Empiric Solutions at the price of $2,581.31 as presented and requested. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I would so move.
Motion made and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Am I loud enough?
Opposed, motion passed.
You here? Okay. I tried projected a little bit. Sheriff's Department, Johnson Controls, the correctional facility software upgrade, $11,984 is the amount. It's a quote from Johnson Controls to upgrade the PLC software that operates the opening and closing of doors, plus audio communication in the jail. So pretty important. It was moved by Commissioner Shackleton, supported by Commissioner Trainer to approve and authorize the Johnson Control quotations in the amount of $11,984 to upgrade the PLC software at the Chippewa County Jail. On a voice vote, the motion carried and now support.
Motion made and supported. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
Sheriff's Department, ACC Delta Controls for correctional facility HVAC in the amount of $13,780. This is to upgrade the HVAC control system in the jail. It was moved by Commissioner Martin, supported by Commissioner Lawrence to approve and authorize a quote from ACC in the amount mentioned, plus an additional $500 for a training of county staff on the software, upgrading the Delta Controls version 2 to version 3 as presented. On a voice vote, the motion carried. Now it's on the
Motion made and supported. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
The Sheriff's Department has a couple of stone garden purchases, including a 18-foot enclosed trailer, a 2023 Can-Am four-wheeler, and a Polaris Ranger SXS ATV. Stone Garden reimburses the county for the cost of these purchases. The committee was presented with the purchase request. The trailer at $12,999, the Can-Am four-wheeler for $11,850, the Polaris Ranger for approximately $30,020. These Stone Garden purchases have already been approved on the federal and state level at the prices mentioned. The Sheriff's Department will follow up with prices that exceed quotes. It was moved by Commissioner Martin, supported by Commissioner Trainer to authorize those purchases from Gaylor Thompson Sales and Service for the trailer, the Can-Am four-wheeler from All Star Marine and Power Sports, and the Polaris Ranger from Chippewa Motors, all at the prices that I previously mentioned. Motion
Scott.
carried. Go ahead.
Prices are a little bit off, and that's why I said the Sheriff's Department will follow up with prices that exceeded the quotes from the original.
So it should be noted that these are approximate prices, and that is noted in the narration here. but
Yes.
I'm sure that we mentioned that right now, so that's good. A voice vote, the motion carried, and I would so move.
Support. Motion made and supported to approve the purchases. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
District Court Mental Health Court FY 2024 grant request. It was moved by Commissioner Shackleton, supported by Commissioner Martin to approve and authorize submission of the fiscal year 2024 91st District Court Mental Health Court Grant Program with a grant amount not to exceed $66,560. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I would so move.
Support. Motion made and supported for the District Court Mental Health Grant. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion's passed.
Next item is from the Register of Deeds regarding Fund 256 co-file restoration project. It was moved by Commissioner Lawrence, supported by Commissioner Shackleton to approve the Register of Deeds request of $6,356.82 for co-file to preserve and restore Liber 1 through 8 and Liber 9 through 20. It's a Liber or Liber? Liber, I thought it was that. As quoted and presented. On a voice vote, the motion carried. I would so move.
Support. Motion made and supported. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
Veterans Affairs item was to change the grant program we have to include food vouchers to the veterans. It was moved by Commissioner Shackleton, supported by Commissioner Trainer, to acknowledge and accept the changes to the Veterans Affairs grant to include food vouchers as approved by the Chippewa County Veterans Affairs Committee on April 18th, 2023. On a voice vote, the motion carried. I would so move.
Support. Motion and support. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
From administration, Three Shores SISMA MOU partnership established in 2010. This is between the Forest Service and the County Conservation District regarding a invasive species program. It was moved by Commissioner Martin, supported by Commissioner Trainer, to approve the updated MOU, which is Memorandum of Understanding, for the Three Shores Cooperative Invasive Species Management Area as presented. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I would so move.
Support. Motion and support. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
Next was administration, 44 North, to increase monthly premiums to cover higher prescription drug use. Prescription costs are up 42%. We're talking, this is involving GLP-1 drugs, and to implement pre-authorization, 60-day notice, no change in coverage, and talk about the international option of acquiring them. I just note that we've actually done very well over the years in keeping our increases quite low. This is a hit, but it's an extraordinary new circumstance of people using a different new drug, and a lot of it. It was moved by Commissioner Shackleton, supported by Commissioner Lawrence, to approve the change in the GLP-1 drugs to need to be pre-authorized and not grandfathered in for current utilizers, and to increase the illustrated rates for healthcare coverage effective 6/1/2023 as follows. Single coverage increases will be $63.15 a month. Monthly 20% copay increase, $12.63. Two-person coverage increase, $143.70 monthly. 20% copay increase, $28.74. Family coverage of $182.37 a month. Monthly 20% copay increase of $36.47. Voice vote, the motion carried, and I would so move.
Support. Motion made and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
From the administration, we had an item regarding the June meeting dates. It was moved by Commissioner Trainer, supported by Commissioner Lawrence, to change the dates of the June finance and regular meetings to Monday, June 12th for finance, claims, and accounts, and Tuesday, June 13th for the regular board meeting, with a work session at 4 p.m. for Michigan Association of Counties Steve Curry to present an update due to conflicting schedules. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I would so move.
Support. Motion made and supported to change the regular June meeting date. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
Want to make sure I'm here. Finance, claims, and accounts. It was moved by Commissioner Shackleton, supported by Commissioner Trainer, to recommend the approval of April county bills and payroll. General claims of $595,082.68. Other fund claims, $5,082,595.03. Payroll of $597,746.80. Health Department claims $555,011.44, and payroll. Well, that's an interesting number. It looks like a typo, but it's like $124,886.66.
Yeah,
There's an
That's a typo.
extra 6 at the end.
Yeah.
Just a typo. total claims of $6,955,322.61. On a voice vote, the motion carried, and I so moved.
Support. Motion made and supported to pay the bills. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed.
There were no committee comments. There were no chairman comments. It was moved by Commissioner Lawrence, supported by Commissioner Martin to adjourn. We adjourned at 5:15 PM. And I would move that the minutes of finance claims and accounts for May 9th, 2023 be accepted.
Support. Motion made and supported to accept the report as presented. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed. That moves us into Commissioner report on meetings as board representatives. Commissioner Trainer?
I got a few. At the Kinross meeting, talked about the people coming in for the locks. They're already staking the area out there, but they ran into a problem on the sewer. They've got to put a new line in because the substation they had couldn't handle the flow that had come from all the housing. So once they get that fixed, then they'll get into the infrastructure, get that all laid out and get the buildings going. There's gonna be up to 400 people there. Then found out that line 5 has up to 400 people gonna be coming into the area. And they're gonna end up housing out at Kinross too. So you're gonna end up with 800 people there. And sounds like both jobs for up to 5 years. Road Commission, had that one this morning. They got a lot of road projects going on. Kinross getting one of the big ones on Callio Road. Pickford's got 3 coming in there. One is Pennington. The other one is Fairview. That's 2 of the 3. I don't remember where the third one was. But it's been a lot of stuff going on. And I got called in on the school deal with Cedarville Detour. Spent 3 nights on that one. But started out bad and it ended up good in the end. The kids got all their stuff back and got them to go. Probably something else, but I don't remember.
Commissioner Shepard.
I just say that the person who spoke under public comment about the taxation, I think probably the Treasury Department is going to be able to provide you the best and quickest explanation for your specific questions. I would tell you that government, any government owned, church owned, school owned, tribal property in trust or reservation status, none of those pay property tax. None of the university, the Corps of Engineers, none of them pay property tax. It's one of the problems we have in the north is that we don't have big manufacturing or big industrial facilities who are helping foot the bill with property taxes. It's basically all of us paying through our homes and the businesses that you see on Main Street, but that just doesn't add up as it does in a community, almost any other community you look at. They have some sort of industrial base, whether it be Midland or Escanaba. You know, you think of the businesses and the employers that they have. All of our employers, so you think about it, all of our big employers, the property is all tax free. You know, if you look at the Corps of Engineers, you look at the casino, you look at the university, all of our employers don't pay property tax. That's not going to change, but it's something to kind of recognize that it's a challenge and for local government in communities like ours. So, but specifically to your question, if you have a specific question of how the county establishes the tax rate, but I'm sure they can answer any question you have as to the rest of it. So that's all. And I loved your talk about the First Amendment because Second Amendment. Sorry. Well, I like first one too. You used your First Amendment to talk about the Second Amendment. Yeah, and very good. Thank you.
Commissioner Lawrence.
Yes, I did get an opportunity to go to the UPCAT meeting over in Escanaba. It was great meeting some counterparts over there and learning about their program. Look forward to trying to bring back some of that information here.
I didn't remember the other one, Bob.
Okay, go ahead.
I went down to the Register of Deeds just before the meeting and I got to see what the laminating and all that was about. And it looks like that's gonna be a good project, to save all them books. They showed me how the paperwork is starting to get deteriorated on the edges from everybody's fingers. And there is a pile of books in that room, well, 2 rooms. So it's gonna take them a long time to get all of that stuff covered.
That was the co-file restoration that we
Yeah.
did in finance claims.
I guess that leaves me then. Lynn Farnquist, you spoke on the opioid funds. We discussed that at length. It's in the minutes here, but there's no action necessary. So if you read the minutes of the Tuesday meeting, there's quite a bit of information there. But basically, we're moving very cautiously, and how we're going to spend that is about 166,000 right now. We had a presentation back a month or 2 ago, and now we got the Michigan Association of Counties just provided us with a model contract. So we're like all the other counties, no one's quite signed any contracts or anything. We're moving cautiously. There's a lot of accountability. We did reach out to VAN, to the Substance Abuse Centers for participation. So that's in the works, and probably it's 2 or 3 months, but we want to do it. We want to do it right, and we have to follow the strict order of the court, how we can do that. So I appreciate you coming and talking about that. And again, on the taxes, school taxes are separate. And that goes to the school. It's funneled through the county and distributed back. The allocation for county taxes is approved every year. And the county gets so much for operations, ISD, townships. That's all set by statute or law. It's pretty complicated, but I do encourage you to look into that. Tribes are exempt, the prisons,
Yep.
any government is exempt from property taxes. So it's the citizens that pay, and you pay for all the services that we provide. Thank you.
Can I ask one question? Is that legal? I don't know how this works.
Well, it really isn't, but
Well, I guess we would just like to know if, as the funds are spent, will there be transparency in where the funds
well,
are spent?
I would say guarantee you, absolutely. And that's set by the court order. That's why I said that the guidelines here, it almost takes an attorney to read it and comply, but yes.
Thank you.
Well, if you're taking open comment, I'd like to follow up on mine. This is what I was talking with our Register of Deeds. If you're familiar with this ad, be assured that your title is safe according to the commissioners, right? Our title is safe at the Register of Deeds, and this is a sham. And if you want to pay your money to these folks, then do it. So that's my final comment on that.
Thanks, like that. Commissioner comments there, but anyway, it's all good. That leads us to final adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
Motion made and supported to adjourn. Meeting is closed. Thank you.